Hey, hello, this is Purge, and I'm bringing you guys another pro gameplay. This is from the Star Series tournament. We have some beast teams, trolling with their names. Vlad asked them to change their names, and they made them all troll names. So we're actually watching DTS versus Navi. So this is Team PGG +4, and I guess they just don't want to be known, I guess, so I'm just not going to go over their names. I hate it when people... It's very annoying as a caster standpoint when teams do this, because then I have no idea who the players are, I can't introduce them, and they're being stupid for even doing it in the first place, because now people aren't going to recognize who they are. And I know it's PGG +4 people, but I have no idea who the 4 people are, so now they're not going to get any fame or any notoriety from even being on a high-level team, so whatever, screw them, man. That is my opinion of the fact. We'll see if they change it later, but I don't think it's going to matter at this point. You're not going to be able to see their names, so whatever, their choice. Okay, but they're up against Navi here. I think you guys know who Navi is, right? I'm pretty sure you should. Puppy is their captain. His most recent name that he's been going around with is Pios. I think that might mean puppy in some other language, I can't remember. But looks like they have a stand-in today. Looks like it's going to be Santa. He is playing for, who is missing? Dendy, Light of Heaven, AA, Puppy, as well as, why can I not remember who is missing? Light of Heaven, Dendy, Arts, Puppy. I feel like an idiot right now. Hobost, there you go, thank you. I had to check chat. Blah. Ugh. Damn, sorry. I swear to God I know their team. Just had a brain slip there, so. Alright, first round bans, we see an Invoker Chen Enigma, as well as a Darkseer Rasta Tidehunter. First pick is going to be a Nature's Prophet out of Navi, and the Radiant team is going to draft a Windrunner as well as an Enchantress. Now, Enchantress is the remaining jungling push hero that was in the pool, so, Darer, yeah, no, not Darer, sorry. I get them mixed up for some reason. It is, no, are they Darer? No, now I'm just confused. That should be wrong. Oh, I forgot to change my embeds as well. I'll have to get somebody to do that. Asking someone to change my Ghost Gamers embed. The current game title is incorrect, but we're watching Navi versus DTS. That's what it is. DTS. Dare DTS. DTS. There we go. I got it. I didn't even have to cheat that time. I just thought about it. Figured it out. No problem. So DTS on the Radiant team. Navi on the Dire team. Navi's going to draft a Beastmaster now. Pretty fast Beastmaster. You don't very often see Beastmasters drafted by Navi, at least. I haven't seen them play that a lot. And they're going to pick up a Venomancer as well, which is going to also give them some nice pushing power with their Plague Wards and things like that. Hopefully going to be a sweet game. Most likely will be. At the very least, we'll see Navi doing something awesome. And we will get to see if PGG +4 can perform decently. And the reason I'm saying +4 is there are 4 other people on his team, so on average, PGG's kind of had a very up-in-the-air tournament streak in the last couple months. He's hopped from team to team, usually kind of forcing them to disband in some ways, because people don't necessarily like playing with him. And there's a hero I completely forgot about. Anti-Mage gets drafted on the Radiant team with a Windrunner and an Enchantress, so right off the bat, in some ways, Navi still has very strong pushing heroes, great ganking heroes. Beastmaster is a good counter against Anti-Mage. He's not a super hard counter, but he's a nice hero to have against Anti-Mage, because Roar is such a long duration disable. It's not really about the damage, it's about the disable. So you can disable Anti-Mage and possibly burst him down. It's going to be a little tough with the heroes they actually have, but we'll see how they adjust to this. I'm actually excited to see. I can't remember can't think of any cases where Navi let Anti-Mage get through. I know they played him a couple times in the last couple weeks, but interested to see how they can shut down the Anti-Mage. Crystal Maiden is going to get banned by Navi. There's going to be a Ricky Maru ban out of PGG +4. Ricky Maru is well believed to be a moderately good counter against Anti-Mage for good reason. Anti-Mage, a very strong hero. His Blink is the main reason why he's a pain in the ass to deal with. And Navi's actually going to ban out a Dazzle here. I'm a little surprised. I'm a little surprised about that. People are saying that Navi played against him in the defense finals, and I did actually cast those, so I'm sorry, my brain just not working as well for me today. But Dazzle does get banned by Navi, fearing PGG playing that hero, or PGG's team drafting that hero. I don't know if they've been playing him regularly. Dazzle is a possible up-and-coming draft, though. He does have a lot of potential if used correctly. We saw him played yesterday. It didn't really work out for them. They didn't really make anything major happen with him, and he never really got farmed, so he's always kind of behind for the entire game. So I don't know. We'll see how that goes. One more band coming out of PGG before they have some picking. It's going to be a Vengeful Spirit. I think that's very smart. Vengeful Spirit plus a Beastmaster stack together quite well. And the reason is because Beastmaster provides an attack speed aura, and Vengeful Spirit provides a damage aura. So coupling those two together gives you a lot of damage per second for your entire team, as well as the creep wave. Not something that shouldn't be forgotten. I mean, creep waves, if they can clear the enemy creep wave and they're wailing on towers, an attack speed or a damage aura actually makes a big difference. So, not to mention the fact that Vengeful Spirit is also a very good ganking hero, helps you gank that anti-mage if possible. The stun, the wave of terror, and the swap are all excellent for trying to shut down anti-mages. All very, very excellent. For the Dire team now, we currently, they did draft a Priest of the Moon. It's going to allow them some semi-carry potential against the Radiant team, preferably the anti-mage. The arrow is always a great disable. If you can do Aurora followed by a long-range arrow, man, that's probably a dead anti-mage. Nobody is going to be able to survive 8 to 9 seconds of hard disable. It's just not going to happen, if there's enough heroes around, at least. Mirana also just a very capable semi-carry. She has been seeing a lot of play lately, just as a very safe pick, like we saw in the previous game. SK stuns, arrow follow-up, it's a very long duration disable, and she also has a little bit of burst magic on top of that because of Starstorm or Starfall. Whichever way you guys want to call it. PGG does have a pickup now for DTS. They are going to probably looking for a hard support hero. They don't currently have one. Enchantress could be seen as this. Sometimes Enchantress is ward, but on average, they end up getting farm, and they let somebody else go for the low farm situation. And this is why Navi ended up banning out Crystal Maiden as well as a Dazzle, is because they know DTS is looking for those heroes. One of the very, very many basic strategies about counter picking and counter banning and things like that. So what are they going to go for? A Witch Doctor is a possibility because he does have good pushing power with Enchantress or Chen. He does have that AoE aura heal, which is very good for that. Slightly unlikely to see a Witch Doctor though, because he's not a very popular support hero anymore. He almost never sees play. Almost never. Occasionally he does see play, but almost never. His ulti is pretty good. Maledict is good, but usually you end up getting behind in levels. And surprisingly, PGG is going to draft a Tiny this game. Now, we did see Navi play a Tiny recently in the last couple weeks in a pro game. They got him an Aghanim Scepter with an AC, and then he did a triple Rax as they won a team fight. And that was apparently pretty amazing, understandably. So, if they get a Tiny late game with an Aghanim Scepter and an AC, they have to worry about that. Now, I've seen other teams pick Tiny and fail with him. CLG, which is Loda's team, they're a Swedish team. They've drafted a Tiny as well a couple weeks ago, which I saw, and it just didn't really work out for them. Didn't really execute it quite as well as they could have. Or maybe they just didn't do it quite right. I'm not quite sure which, but that's another thing that you have to be concerned about. So, I don't know. We'll see how the Tiny ends up working out this game. There is a Venomancer. It's a pretty squishy hero. Priest of the Moon, moderately squishy in the early to mid game. And Nature's Prophet, also going to be someone that he could be going for. So, at the very least, if Navi gets out of position or Tiny gets some easy combos off, it's going to be a dangerous situation for him. So, I'm kind of curious to see what Navi does for shifting their players. Their typical hard carry or semi-carry player is Hvost. If you don't know what I'm saying, it's XBOCT. It looks like Xboxed, but it's pronounced as Hvost. But he's not there. He's their typical hard or semi-carry player. I think Santa plays support. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure Santa plays support in Darer. I think he does. So maybe we'll see him play support. Ancient AA, Ars Arts, is going to be playing a more semi-carry role or jungling role. And then Light of Heaven or Dendi probably going to be playing the hard carry. I'm expecting to see Light of Heaven on Nature's Prophet like usual. Maybe we'll see, I don't know, maybe Puppy will support Santa semi-carry. Who knows? It could be something like that. And they're going to draft a Shadow Fiend. Oh, damn. I know some people that are probably really excited right now about this game, but we're going to see a Shadow Fiend up in here. Shadow Fiend, not a hero that sees a lot of play. He does not see a lot of play. Almost never, actually. He hasn't seen play for like a year and a half now. Pretty much ever since Smoke of Deceit was thrown into the game, Shadow Fiend just simply doesn't see play anymore. And the reason is because it's so easy to gank him early on. He's actually one of the heroes, in my opinion, who is the easiest to shut down in the early to mid game. He doesn't have a survivability move. He doesn't have a disable. He literally has damage. That's it. Damage, more damage. And to counter out and make that even more weird, we're going to see a Warlock support out of PGG. This is going to be a fun game, man. Lots of cool heroes. Warlock, atypical hero. Tiny, not very common. And Shadow Fiend, almost never played. So I want to see Navi do this well. This is a hero, Shadow Fiend used to literally rule the metagame. He literally ruled the metagame for a long time until Smoke of Deceits got introduced, and roaming was very popular, and then Shadow Fiend just got ganked too easy. And I haven't seen a team use him correctly, or well. I've actually seen him drafted a while ago, I think maybe a month or two, but with Navi playing him, things are looking good. So let's see how this goes. Alright, the DTS lineup. Ooh, good, they did change the names. Thank God. Alright, Captain Cat, that is PGG. We have Goblin, yeah, Goblin, and somebody wrote in chat, we have Orchin. I'm just going to look up here, their names are too long. Orchin, Silno, Igra, whatever that is. Goblin, normally something else. I don't know who these people are, whatever. Blood Angel. Alright, so you can see their names, whatever. I'm going to let them do what they want to do. For their teams, though, they have Anti-Mage, played by normally Nick. Windrunner, Blood Angel. This guy's on Warlock. PGG's on the Tiny, and Goblin is going to be playing Enchantress. For the Dire team, Navi, Puppy is going to be playing a Nature's Prophet. Looks like Santa is on the Priest of the Moon. Light of Heaven on Beastmaster. And Dendi is, of course, playing the Shadow Fiend. Arts is going to be playing the Venomancer. So Dendi is going to be going for the old hard carry build. Is he going to get a support from a win? I'm assuming it looks like he might be going top. I'm not quite sure. Pretty standard last hitting abilities, or stats at least. Probably not going for a fast bottle, but it looks so far like we're going to see Beastmaster go mid, perhaps. Jungling Nature's Prophet. Priest of the Moon soloing the bot lane, and Dendi top lane supported by Venomancer. I think this is a very smart shift to Shadow Fiend that needs to happen for teams to see him or to actually play him more often. And the reason that they need to do this is, like I said, he's so easy to gank. Now the top lane is generally easier to solo, at the very least at the early game, because if you keep the creep equilibrium in this general area right here, it's a very short distance back to your tower, and it's nearly impossible for people to get around you. They can get around you if the tower does push in, but other than that, it's more or less suicidal for somebody to run within tower range in the early game. Almost never happens, so the best thing that could be done is Dendi more or less solos top while Venomancer does pulling on jungle, and then if things get crazy, he can be in a generally close proximity, and he can get behind anybody that's on the top lane, drop the Gale down, and then Shadow Fiend will be able to do at least a double raise and possibly get a kill. So excited to see how Dendi plays Shadow Fiend. I know he's an extremely good Shadow Fiend player, but we almost never see Shadow Fiend get played in pro games. Almost never, virtually never. And it's going to be countered against an Anti-Mage, so that'll be interesting as well. This is how they're going to try to counter the Anti-Mage, and in some ways this is very good. Shadow Fiend is very strong because of his raises. He can do up to 900 magic damage at level 7. If he gets all raises off, they do damage at different ranges. So if you can get a triple raise off, that's a ton of magic damage. But Anti-Mage does have magic resistance. But to counter that as well, Shadow Fiend has the ability to have Necromastery, which means if he gets last hits, he gets a bunch of bonus damage. So he can have up to plus 64 physical damage just from his Necromastery skill. So in a team fight, if he has equal carry to an Anti-Mage, he's going to be hitting him for over 100 damage per attack, and that's physical damage. That is exactly what you need to counter an Anti-Mage. But we'll see how that works. Anti-Mage is pretty strong against Shadow Fiend, but it's not a one-sided team fight by any means. Shadow Fiend can actually work out, especially if he gets something like a Manta style and maybe a BKB or something like that. We'll see what he goes for. Dendi definitely the he doesn't exactly go for very typical item builds lately, so we'll see how that ends up turning out. But let's check some items here. We did get a little bit of a resume. Looks like they're going to be switching the bot lane maybe. Once again, Stout Shield on Beastmaster, Last City on Imps on Shadow Fiend. Nature's Prophet, Puppy actually going for a Sentry as well as a Ward and 4 Clarity Potions, almost for sure going to be jungling here. They're going to use the Treants to scout out the path forward, and Santa is trying to figure out what he wants. Looks like he will go for a salve and maybe a double tango here, or he might save just to get a bottle, we'll see. 194 gold, he's taking his sweet time. Yeah, he's just going to save up, go for a fast bottle, I think. Possibly going to be solo mid. Anti-Mage going for a Quelling Blade as well as a Stout Shield. Probably going to be supported by the Warlock, who bought wards first here. Going to be going, dropping the wards up. Windrunner looks like she will be soloing the top lane. Double Tango with the Healing Salve. Going to go for a fast Basilius. Absolutely normal stuff. He's canceling off his Shadow Word if you're wondering what he was doing. Once again, I don't know what this is. Cyber Arena. I think that's the organization that Vlad casts for, something like that. There's going to be a lot of rush in this game, I can guarantee that much. Tiny with a Quelling Blade is unlikely to get outlasted, that is for damn sure. Tiny actually has one of the highest base damages at the start of the game, and with a Quelling Blade, that gets boosted by 32%. That is just tons of last hitting power. They might almost spotting out Venomancer on the high ground, but unlikely to get a kill anyways. I'm going to wait to skill their stuff, but let's see what they go for. Yeah, so it will be Windrunner solo top. Couple wards placed that's going to keep the top lane safe, a little bit more likely at least. Most importantly though, this is going to be a ward that's going to protect the Venomancer And yes, it is. It is a Shadow Fiend Venomancer. It's going to keep the mid lane a little bit more safe in case the Venomancer does roam. You always want to place the wards in between where you expect them to roam to and from. It's going to make it so Windrunner's easier to get behind. Like, for example, she won't see Venomancer coming behind to get the Gale off, but the mid lane is going to be slightly more safe, and they want to make sure that Tiny is pretty survivable here. So he's going to actually be up against Priest of the Moon. I love this matchup here for Navi's favor. A ranged hero with a leap means unlikely to get comboed, and a really fast counter ward, but that probably didn't produce anything because there were no wards. All the wards are on the top lane, so there's the pull going down. 2 Observer wards, a little bit redundant here. Not completely agreeing with this, and Light Heaven's actually soloing the bot lane with a Beastmaster. That's very weird. Was not expecting that one. But on the bright side, Priest Moon will do better against Tiny, so as long as he can get some EXP and he can get up to 6 eventually, it'll be a good for him. Warlock's going to get the farm from the pull. Warlock, a slightly farm-dependent hero, or at the very least, benefits from a moderate amount of farm, just to have a little bit of farm on top of that. There's going to be a little bit of harass on the Windrunner. Holy crap. Trading some hits there. Trading a lot of hits. I don't know what the hell weakened him so much, but Enchantress coming around for the gank now. They are pushing the wave right off the bat. 2 creeps up already. I love the fast push. Wildkin as well as the Satyr Hellcaller. Satyr Hellcaller giving nice HP regen, and there's armor out of the Wildkin, which is a big deal. 3 armor on all these creeps is going to make a big impact. But there is the Wild Axe coming down, trying to slow down the creep wave just a little bit, but the next one comes in. Tornado casts it as well. He needs to stay alive as long as possible. Light of Heaven may end up losing this tower here. The glyph is popped, though, right off the bat to get that on cooldown, and will he grab the last hits? Teleport comes in from Puppey. I'm going to miss first blood. It's going to be on the Tiny. Santa picks it up, pops a salve to keep his HP up. Great play there by Santa, scoring an early kill on the Tiny. That is not easy to do. And they will defend the creep wave push. Puppey comes and teleports in. He did not have a Nature's Call, but not a huge deal there. At the very least, if he can spawn a little bit of neutrals, spawn those Nature's Call Treants, pull the creep wave past the tower, it is unlikely to take too much damage here. And that's going to happen again. He's going to pull the creep waves past, and the first push has been thwarted. Part of the reason is because Enchantress's creeps will end up dying. Like they see, as you can see, they do time out. So there's a window that you have to try to push it, but you might not be able to get the tower in that time. So Santa doing a great job. There's the stun toss. Just a little bit of damage done to him. He's actually got an invisibility rune bottled up. Mirana also very likely to out-rune Poor, the Tiny, because she does have leap. Any hero that has increased mobility on the mid lane is always going to have a slight advantage there. And there's going to be the bottle as well as the rune popped. He might be looking to do a nice Starfall or Starstorm on Tiny to do some damage, but we will see. And some more pulling coming from the Venomancer. Hopefully he gets this last hit on the Troll Warlord. I don't know if he will, but it's a lot of EXP right there. Ooh. Runs out of vision, and yes, he does get the last hit. A level 6 creep like that. I know you guys can't see that's level 6, but in Dota 1, he is a level 6. Will he go down this power shot? He will land. One more hit. There's the salve that's going to keep him alive there. Great chase by Angel, and great creep blocking, or I'm sorry, vision warning from A, and now Blood Angel went all in with that one, and Dendi gets a really easy kill here. Oh, okay. I don't know. He was going to raise him or what, but he ends up not raising, and very unlikely the Dark Troll will have stole the kill anyways, and Denny gets a really easy kill there. Great support. I love this Veno Shadow Fiend. No stuns, but they do have really good slows, and really slowed heroes are going to be easy raise targets. 3 levels of raises now. It's going to be doing 225 per hit, and Windrunner's going to be in a lot of trouble. Windrunner's actually a little scary of a hero to lane against a Shadow Fiend, because most of his damage is magical, and it goes right through Windrun. So another push possibly coming out. Enchantress with the Satyr Hellcaller. Looks like she might go back to farming. 2 levels of Shadow Ward on the Warlock right now. And Anti-Mage probably getting pretty much free farm here. Poor Man's Shield, 1k gold. Probably going to go for a fast tread. But Mirana getting a kill on Tiny. Looks like they ended up taking control of him on the high rune. And with a little bit, not even a Sprout. I guess they just all showed up and got the kill there. Sorry I missed that one. But picking up the Tiny, it's 3-0. 3-0 for Navi right now. Their lanes are just all really strong. The only lane that is not doing well is Light of Heaven's lane. That's it. But that doesn't really matter, because he's a Beastmaster. He doesn't really need the farm. If he's level 6, he is a happy camper. And he's picking up 2 levels of Inner Beast. He's going to be maxing Wild Axes so that he can stop the creep push as often as they come. Oop, might get a kill here against the Priest Moon. No, the leap goes through. Ends up surviving. The toss just not doing nearly as much damage. Only 2 levels on that one. But at least Tiny does have his bottle. He's going to probably have to do some bottle crowing here. But Beastmaster now trading hits with the Warlock. Pretty good for Beastmaster. Oop, Anti-Mage's going in. Level 4 though. And there's the Fatal Bonds. That's going to be very, very nice. 3 creeps die here. 20% of their HP gets applied towards Light of Heaven's life. So Shadow Fiend getting another kill on the Windrunner on the top lane. Down HP 150. He's got Power Treads picked up already. The salve is popped as well. And it looks like Ars Arts ended up diving past that one. score the solo. So Navi 4-0 right now. 0 kills for the Radiant team. They have gotten nothing so far at all. Absolutely nothing. Anti-Mage bringing health, boots, possibly going for shreds soon. There's the axes to get that last hit. He's going to immediately run away. His HP is low. He knows he has to go back to base. He's only been able to afford boots so far with all the regen that he spent. And Enchantress coming from behind, going to be looking for a kill. Now they may realize that he's not going to be there, but Puppey is going to tag in, bringing some Treants down. It's going to keep the creep wave past, and he actually has vision on the Enchantress. Does some attacks. I don't know if he was paying attention. It looks like he wasn't, but there's the net. Here comes the Shockwave. Unlikely to die just the Enchantress here, and he will actually survive, but they will be able to possibly take the tower now. Treant's still doing a good job tanking things up, and this is going to give them a little bit more time here. Creep waves coming through now. Axes will be thrown. Here come the wild axes. Lots of damage done. If you can kill the Satyr Hellcaller, that's a big pickup. 100 gold right there, as well as EXP, and the tower is in deniable range. Who's going to get it? Oh! Anti-Mage gets the last hit. Venomancer comes in, not going to Gale on an Anti-Mage. Arrow! Nice dodge there by Warlock. And the Gale actually misses. Huge mistake there. Santa comes in, though. Double Starstorm goes on the Warlock. He will get killed. And Anti-Mage a little bit of trouble, but he will be able to blink. He's going to buy... No, he was thinking about buying Treads, I think, but not going to get a roar off of a Beastmaster. Puppey actually coming through now. Changing targets going on the Enchantress. Axe is going to clear out the trees, but the burst damage is too high. Mirana gets the last hit. Santa with power treads going to be looking for Anti-Mage now. Anti-Mage in a little bit of trouble. He does still have a blink. He's waiting to get sighted, and then he's going to escape. But Venomancer in position. I love this Venomancer position. Going to wait till Anti-Mage blinks, and then he's going to Gale him. Santa's going to go for the dive, though, taking a little bit of tower damage. But Ward's also taking some hits. Here comes the blink. He's going to go into the jungle. Or is he? He's thinking about it. Navi's playing really smart here. Light of Heaven, a little dangerous. There's Axes, does some damage. Does hit him twice. Are they going to get this kill? They want to dive this so hard. He's trying to blink out. He's still thinking about blinking. I still can't believe he hasn't left yet. There's a Starfall, and that gets him. Wow. They really wanted to kill this Anti-Mage, and they scored the kill. Here comes the TP. I think Venomancer is screwed just dual to the Fatal Bonds alone. But he needs to get hit twice by Enchant. Wow, the first hit did nothing? That was weird. It looked like it did no damage. He's going to survive, though. Doesn't have a wand or anything. I'm not really sure what happened there, but he ends up surviving. Enchantress will pop his heal. He's going to defend the tower this way, but wow, big dive goes down. First kill, or 1-7 currently, but they picked up the Anti-Mage kill. That's what they wanted. I'm really surprised. I wish he would have teleported. He should have blinked into the jungle. I think as soon as he ran here, he should have blinked this way and ran around to escape. I think he was maybe trying to stay around so he could get EXP or something, but ended up not being worth it. We're going to have an Observer disconnect. Warlock is going to deny the tower. Great deny there. Easy deny, but great deny. Fatal Bond's getting maxed out first. Looks like they are going for the bonus damage from the creep waves and things like that. It's a really, really good teamfight ability. Really strong teamfight ability. And how has Denny been doing? He's got his Ring of Aquila picked up. This is an item that has literally more or less been made just for heroes like Shadow Fiend or Morphling. Such a good item. Gives you a Wraith Band, which is usually an item that you don't have space for, and a Ring of Basilius, which is going to allow him some nice pushing power as well as some more mana. Up to 2.2 mana regen per second. Venomancer is going to find the Tiny, though. Tiny was looking for a combo kill. He's level 7, but this Shadow Fiend is very survivable, up to 900 HP. If you can juke the Avalanche Toss, he's going to be happy, but he's playing really safe. There's the double raise on Windrunner. Oh, the triple raise out Dendy, and here comes the combo on Dendy, but it's not going to be enough damage. He knows it. He's got Treads, and that is it for Tiny. Great plays by Navi so far. Dendy getting a double kill. You got to use your raises like chess, man. I can't believe you got a triple raise off on Windrunner. That is embarrassing. It is always embarrassing if you get triple raised. Blood Angel getting absolutely owned there. And Anti-Mage getting more farm in the bot lane. Treads as well as the Poor Man's and the Ring of Health. He's going to be backing off, no problem. Warlock on the mid lane, level 5 now, going to be getting his ulti at 6, but he needs to pick up that level 6. Warlock is one of those heroes who gets absolutely really strong once he gets up to level 6. There's the double raise, going to clear the creep wave. Shadow Fiend's such a good pusher for that reason. His HP is very low, but they just don't care, man. It's going to take a couple hits. Puppey teleporting in as well to guarantee this tower kill. They need a little bit more tank, and they will get it. So Shadow Fiend getting the last hit, up to 2k gold. Is he going to buy a fast Blink Dagger? I don't know. Fast Blink Dagger, maybe some survivability. Tiny with the smoke, though. He's going to get spotted. He will find Denny. He's going to be a kill. He does get the Denny kill. Nice pick up there, at least. Puppey not going to get the Sprout off, and Tiny will escape. He's going to get led off by AA, though. Puts the ward on the high ground. We'll spot him going through the jungle. And, ooh, Santa making a little bit of a mistake. There's the AoE slows. The roar goes down, and the arrow as well. Ulti from Warlock, but that's not going to be enough. Santa might be in some trouble, though. He's taking so much damage. There's a leap. He's going to have to bottle. Oh, the toss. Nice toss from Tiny. Gets that kill. And another Avalanche. Warlock almost, yeah, Warlock will survive. Very barely. Light of Heaven, power shotted down. Where did that regen go to? Nobody picked it up. Somebody picked it up and wasted it. Ace, still alive though. Puppey looking for a Sprout. He will put it down. Yes, that's going to keep Tiny away. And he will eat the Quelling Blade, get the Centaur out, and it's going to be the disengage. 4-10 currently. Good plays by DTS to come back slightly. Dendy looking for a triple raise. Missed the first one though, so unlikely to happen. Tiny will be able to do a combo. Actually, he doesn't have enough mana. Only has enough for one spell currently. But there will be a power shot from Windrunner. Dendy has to be slightly careful. 1500 gold now. He does finish his Magic Wand. Very smart item choice. Very standard Shadow Fiend build. The only item that he's really missing that is a typical Shadow Fiend item is the bottle. Almost always see Shadow Fiends going mid in the past, but like I said before, not the best decision in this game. Can grab 4 creep kills. This is why Raze is so amazing, guys. Shadow Fiend can farm like crazy, and Tiny's going to be looking for a kill. He will find Puppey. 1 creep hitting him though, and Puppey is going to bait out the Avalanche. Great play there. First raise, and this is going to be it. No way PGG survives. Dendy's such a good player. Getting the easy double raise. Getting off a raise when possible, throwing in attacks, and then getting the guaranteed kill. Great play there by these two heroes. They're just absolutely outplaying DTS right now. Bracer's up on Warlock to give him some good survivability. He's up to 872. Axes come down from Light of Heaven. He does have a Sage's Mask. Going to be a Medallion or an Urn. No, he actually already has an Urn, so I'm thinking he's making a Medallion here. A Medallion, a very nice item. Going to lower their armor by 6, and almost, I mean, I'm a little surprised you don't see more often, but a very, very good item against heroes like Anti-Mage. Once again, physical damage is the way to beat him. If you can lower his armor by 6, and you're doing 200 damage a hit from a Shadow Fiend, like, that's a crap load of damage, guys. That is a crap load of damage, and it's just great to see somebody getting picked off like that. Like an Anti-Mage, just getting minus armored and beasted down in the best way to kill him, which is physical damage. He's got 3 levels of Spell Shield. He doesn't even have his ulti yet, because he knows how dire the straits are right now. He's in enemy territory. His ulti is probably not going to get him a kill, especially because his mana break is so low at the moment, but we'll see how this goes. Navi just kind of outplaying DTS at the moment. Enchantress coming up the mid lane. He's got his ulti ready to go, level 6, 3 levels of enchant, 2 levels of the heal. Warlock ulti in 18 seconds. We see an illusion. Possible gank going on the Tiny. Arcane Boots, no Blink Dagger yet though. Blood Angel backing up. Very underfarmed. 900 gold. He will have his Phase Boots shortly. And Light of Heaven, level 7, going to be looking for Aurora, and anybody you can find. Arrow, going to miss completely. DTS being paying attention to that one. And Nature's Prophet ulti can do some good damage there. Not a whole bunch, but a decent amount. Anti-Mage still farming on the bot lane. Pressure from the top. Beastmaster throwing his illusions into the mix. And do we have his Medallion finish? 600 gold. He's getting close. Shadow Fiend now farming the jungle. Very, very great jungle farmer. Is he going to kill that? I think he was trying to stack it. Yeah, he did not get the stack off, but that's what he was trying to do there. Such a good jungle farmer. He's going to run back to base and he actually goes for a Blink Dagger first this game. There was a period of time when Shadow Fiends were Blink Dagger first every game, no matter what. And then people started to realize, like, you know what, I just need to get a fast Black King bar. Just allowing myself to get the double raise off in a team fight early game is already a huge deal. I don't think this is necessarily a bad thing that he's gone for it this game, though, just because it's going to allow him to get Blink raises off, or even a Blink ulti if somebody is chain stunned. There aren't a ton of stuns on the Radiant team, so nothing on Light of Heaven. Warlock was looking like he wanted to ulti it. He's thinking about it. There's a lot of creeps here to defend the push. Treant's doing damage to tower, though. 2 groups of them might score the kill, and it will get denied by Warlock. Great last hitting animation for there. Dendy is going to be looking for the slows. There's the Gale. It's only going to land on the Dark Troll Warlord. Toss goes down on Mirana. Teamfight is incoming, man. He's going to be looking for those Blink ultis. He's got to worry about Avalanche, Toss, Warlock ulti, also a possibility, even Shackle Shot. They actually do have a lot of options to stop his ulti, so I think he's going to be more concerned about just positioning. But you will see him do some awesome Blink raises. I can guarantee you that much. Anti-Mage still farming on the bot lane, going for the hard carry roll as fast as possible. He does have his broadsword up. He's going to go for that Battle Fury pretty fast, if possible. But Navi just has to keep their gank up. They know what's going on. There's the Medallion on the Beastmaster once again. -6 armor will be applied. And since both of these guys do decent damage, especially with the big Inner Beast Aura, it's going to be a great counter against the Anti-Mage. They are coming in from the back. Still no Hawk levels. Will he realize what's going on? There's the Claymore. He buys the TP scroll and now he knows. He can see them. It would have been kind of a tough gank, I think. Very likely that he could have blinked away, so I think it's fine that they decided not to go for that one too hard. 1400 on Tiny, it means his Blink Dagger is getting closer and closer. Let's look at the survivability of the Dire team in the meantime. Looks like Venomancer is going for a Mechanism, very smart item choice. I think he needs a little bit of mana though. Maybe some Arcane Boots would also be good, but He's got 700 HP, that means Tiny can combo him. Mirana up to 1k, she's quite survivable, and the only other squishy heroes, Shadow Fiend survivable, Nature's Prophet still a little weak. Looks like he's going for fast Aghanims here. Very interesting. Don't usually see Puppey going for this, but this is going to allow them, especially since they don't have a super hard carry, they're going to be allowed to just ulti every chance when possible, and just push like crazy. And that's what they need to do against an Anti-Mage. They know that if it gets late game, Anti-Mage can out-carry the game. It's not going to be easy because even Shadow Fiend is a capable carry, but we'll see what happens. He's got his Ogre Club now, of course, is going for that Black King bar after this point. If he's really aggressive and makes way too much money, he may get something like a Sange, but they're going to start off the Roshan. Nice thing about Shadow Fiend, he actually does have a -2 armor aura. There are going to be some pings, but they're not going to have vision of this, and if I check the Radiant Vision, they might have spotted something right here. They're going to see the Treant, this may give things away, and it does look like they're on their way over, but Puppey's going to drop down the Sentry Ward, that's going to get vision on any smoked up or invisible heroes. They will spot the Tiny. Arrow comes through. He's going to grab an illusion. And Roshan does get picked off. Dendi grabs the Aegis, and now they're going to be really aggressive. Tiny's going to initiate. There's a chain stun. There's the ultimate, only catching 2 heroes. The Roar goes down as well on Tiny. And Shadow Fiend will do the Blink ulti immediately, getting a double kill there. Warlock goes down. Tiny goes down. Going after Enchantress now. Are they going to be able to get him? The raise happens. 1 hit misses out of Dendi. 3-second blink. And then he can go. But I think he will just back up here. Playing it safe. Anti-Mage not doing much. They did kill Beastmaster. But Tiny going down immediately there, as well as the Warlock due to the ulti raises. And I think, yeah, now he's just going to back up from that. I think that's very smart. They did force a buyback. Well, I don't know if force is the right word, but Tiny buys back. A little weird considering how close he was to a sheep stick, or I'm sorry, a blink dagger, that he would spend his money like that. Arrow's going to land on Priest of the Moon. I'm sorry, Windrunner. Here's the blast coming down, and yes, nice play by Dare Santa. Especially, I don't know if he noticed. I'm sure he was. But the avalanche toss happened. Tiny had absolutely nothing to stop, to help stop that from happening. That's what I meant to say. Alright, Enchant back in the jungle. Power Treads with a Bracer going for high HP. She kind of needs to do this against a Shadow Fiend. Once again, a lot of burst damage coming out of that hero. So by having Power Treads, less likely to just get double raised and killed. So very smart choice there. Anti-Mage back on the top lane, still waiting to get his Void Stone. That's good, what he needs to get his Battle Fury finished. There's the Mithril Hammer on Dendi, level 14 currently. And the rest of the heroes back to the farm. Tiny going to try to pick up his Blink Dagger that he... Man, I really wish he didn't buy back. I thought that was very weird. Seemed very, very unusual that he ended up buying back. He was so close. He was at like 1,500 gold. 1,600 gold, 1,700 gold. He would have a Blink Dagger now if he didn't buy back. I don't know. And it's early in the game. He's only level 11. What was the cooldown really? Did he think that... I mean, I know his teammates wanted to keep fighting. So, hypothetically, I guess if Navi would have fought that team fight, it would have been worth it for his buyback, because then he would have been there. And they used a lot of their abilities already, so in that sense it would have been good, I guess, but I don't know, it's hard to say. Santa going for a fast diffusal blade here. That's going to be used against Warlock. If you guys don't know how that works, it's the best ability in the game. It is called Purge, for good reason. No, I'm just kidding. What it allows you to do is it not only allows you to slow people a lot, or remove their buffs or debuffs, but you can use it to kill the Infernal. It just dies. Infernal comes down, you kill it. And it's very, very smart to do that, because currently the Infernal is really strong. It's been buffed a couple patches in a row now. The stun will still go off at the start of the team fight, but it does a burning aura, does a decent burning aura. It has a chance to bash, which ends up doing like 150 damage. So just being able to kill that at the start of the team fight is going to keep a lot of your support heroes alive, especially heroes like Venomancer, who don't have a lot of HP in the first place. Just being able to keep their HP up, or just kill the Infernal is a big deal. So it's a very smart item choice. And it's good on Mirana anyways, gives you some good damage. It won't end up, if you make a Manta Illusions, the feedback does not apply, but there it is. So it's going to burn some mana, 20 mana burned per attack. It'll be a nice little boost to damage. That is applied as physical, so if you do take mana loss, it's applied as physical damage. Anti-Mage wouldn't know much about that. But he does have his Battle Fury, at least. He's going to be onto the jungle, immediately going on the Ancient Creep. So this is where DTS has a chance to come back. Anti-Mage is going to be getting a lot of farm now, mostly because of the Battle Fury, but blinking from creep camp to creep camp, clearing waves, and then going back into the jungle. Things like that. Very big deal. Blade of Alacrity and Boots of Elven Skin. He will have his Yasha finished shortly, and once he gets his Manta style, he will be a problem. He really will be a problem. Beastmaster with Treads now, and how is Shadow Fiend doing? He's got his BKB, Sin in base, used all of his mana in the jungle, and likely maybe going to sell a Wand or a Ring of Aquila and pick up some TP Scrolls. We'll see. I'm not quite sure, but he is going to be heading on out. Mana will be completely filled up by the time he gets out there, and I'm expecting Navi to push really heavily now. Mech is finished on Venomancer, so they're going to have that heal. There aren't any arcane boots, unfortunately. Nature's Prophet, naked Aghanims with a Ring of Basilius. And he's still a level 9 hero, so 90-second cooldown on that one. A little bit of a loss, but that's weird. I don't think I've ever seen an Aghanim Scepter on a level 9 hero before. Almost always you grab Aghanims and you have at least a level 2 ulti, but very surprising about that one. Looking to push the bot tower now. Going to be very successful with this one, I can guarantee that much. Dendi coming through as well as the Light Heaven. And the tower's already at 50%. Arrow's going to come through. Not going to land on anybody. Warlock has proven so far this game he's great at dodging those arrows. But Navi is ready to take those towers. The only thing that I think is going to be missing is I wish Venomancer had an Arcane Boots because his mana is a little low. If he ultis and gales, he's not going to have enough for a mechanism. Unless he gets a magic stick off. We'll see. Ward's on the high ground now. There's the AoE. Going to slow things down. The roar goes down and wow, PGG drops immediately. Medallion making such a big difference. If we were going to see a rage buyback, this would be the time to see it. He had a blink dagger as well. What a giant mistake by PGG. Arguably throwing the entire Rax away by doing that stun toss combo. Enchant trying to make some damage happen, but there's the mech up. Going to heal everybody. The wand gets popped as well. And Anti-Mage, there's the rock. Dendi going in. He's going to pop his ulti, doing decent damage there. There's 2 raises coming in. He's got the Aegis still. He doesn't even care if he dies. And look at the damage being done. Anti-Mage goes down. Medallion lowers to armor too much. And the presence of the Dark Lord. Reduction by 2 as well from that one. So much minus armor. Anti-Mage gets dropped. He has his Yasha. No Manta. His HP isn't high enough. And Navi is now going to take a Rax. In part due to Tiny throwing his life away, man. Gets roared. He had a blink dagger. And all he did was clear the creep wave. Huge mistake. And then immediately, in case they weren't far enough behind, they lose a team fight. Arrow's going to land on PGG. Santa will get out. Everybody will get out. Navi's now up 17-5, damn. Holy crap, man. 5k advantage now for the Dire team. They are looking real good. Dendi didn't even use the Aegis, for God's sakes. Sitting at plus 97 damage, 32 souls, and he will grab a double damage now. No bottle for him. Maybe Santa. Yeah, Santa's going to come for that one. It's always good to save those. Ooh, I think Tiny's going to snag it. We'll see. It's going to be close. Oh, he does grab it. He does grab it, just barely. Huge pickup. He needed to grab that, man. Can't believe he didn't grab it. A little bit of a mistake there. I mean, I know he didn't know he was coming. Actually, he kind of did. He did see him coming. They had a ward right here, so another mistake by PGG there. And Mirana's going to snag that. The reason that they want to keep that double damage, this means that in the next 2 minutes, they have a 2-minute duration for stunning or for having this. If they have a team fight, a double damage on Mirana, that's worth a lot of gold. 117 damage will be doubled. Think of how much it would cost to double that. It's more or less like, imagine throwing, just having that much extra gold, like having an extra 4,000 gold, 5,000 gold, something that would give you that much damage. It's a giant bonus. If you can bottle this up and save it, it's a huge difference. And it can really swing team fights. All of a sudden, the team fight will be over, and you're like, how do we get owned so bad? And then you look, oh, their hard carry had a double damage. And that's why. So, Anti-Mage, back to the farm. 1,200 gold now. He will be making a Manta Style next. But he's pretty far behind Enchantress. That was a deny from Navi. That is their third tower started dropping. Dendi picking up a Yasha next. It's going to give him really good attack speed. 31% attack speed based on that agility and bonus. The movement speed also very good for chasing. His mobility very high. They're going to land an arrow on the Enchantress. Are they going to go after him? Nice toss back from Tiny. I think that was smart. Getting him a little bit less out of position. And now the tower taking damage. We're going to see the Avalanche go down, slowly clear the creep wave, and the toss back. But I don't think it's going to be enough. The damage from the DD as well as the Shadow Fiend just so high there, and the tower will drop virtually for nothing. Could have maybe gone on the Enchantress there. And Venomancer immediately going for a pipe right off the bat. Still kind of wish he had some mana, but this is by far the best way to just spend the money and keep your HP up. There's the blink back. Arrow, ooh, almost landing on PGG there. And Nature's Prophet ulti dropping through. He is going for a Drum of Endurance. He has his treads up as well. Just doing a little bit of damage to start put their HP a little bit lower in case the team fight starts off. Not going to see a Shackle land. There's a toss through doing a lot of damage to Dendi. And they might just wait until the Fatal Bonds runs out. If they engage now and somebody takes a lot of damage, it's going to be rough. Creep wave is cleared though. Hitting from the low ground, they will get the tower most likely. Arrow's going to land on PGG. They will initiate. There's the BKB. Dendi getting to the ulti ready to... Infernal did stop that just a little bit. The toss back. Nice play by Tiny. Going to put Dendi out of that team fight. And surprisingly, nobody died there at all. Great plays from both players. There's a huge shackle. Tiny goes in, does the combo. And wow! Fatal Bond just wrecking house, man. We're going to see everybody go down. I think Anti-Mage will get this kill on Puppey. No, he's actually going to back off. Can't believe it. Will they get Dendy? No, Dendy cleans up Enchantress. There's the Raze getting a double kill. Tiny coming through. Is he going to finish him off? He does the blink pass and the Raze. Dendy gets it. Dominating streak. Anti-Mage finishes him off, but he did not need to get 3 kills there. That was crazy. Dendy is so good, man. Getting like 3 kills that he did not need to get. There's the stun toss. Damage being done. He's got to be really careful. And the Shackle now, the only tree up, and Dendy's going to get cleaned off. Performs awesome things, and then dies. Oh my gosh, such a good player. They got the tower. No racks at least, but that was Fatal Bonds at work. Seriously, guys, Fatal Bonds at work. Fatal Bonds, Shackle Shot. Shackling those 2 heroes, Power Shot comes through. Every damage they take, 20% is boosted up. It is so much damage. You've got to be really careful about that. On the bright side, their gold advantage is really high, 7,500. Not a gigantic percentage. Anti-Mage has been farming well, but he still has to be so careful. He does have his Manta style now, but still, 1,300 HP is dangerous when you have to worry about -5 armor just from a Shadow Fiend aura, as well as a Beastmaster medallion. And Beastmaster actually, curiously, going for an Aghanim Scepter. I haven't seen one of these in a while, but it's a very good Beastmaster item. It kind of functions the same as a Blink Dagger in some ways. It allows you to ulti from 900 range instead of 600. This is about 600 range, I believe, and it'll allow him to go up to 900 range. And I believe reduces cooldown and cast range. So yeah, that's it. Cooldown gets decreased a little bit lower, about 20 seconds, I think, and the cast range is very high. So anybody that's at all out of position, he's going to get roared. And this is going to be very, very cool. It's going to allow Navi to start the teamfight off right. I feel like they could have maybe gone in before. I don't know if Dendy took some damage when that teamfight started. He popped his BKB on the low ground and he ran up. I think it's smart that he saved his ulti because, once again, even if BKB up, there's ways to stop it. Warlock ulti does go through Black King Bar, and it does do that mini stun, but whether or not he would have gotten the big ulti off is hard to say, but who knows. Wasn't the best initiate, and Navi ended up losing it anyways, but still great plays. Aegis Immortal picked up by Shadow Fiend once again. You've got to keep that survivability up in him. He's just a little too squishy compared to heroes like Anti-Mage. An Aegis is just amazing on a hero like Shadow Fiend. Tons of damage potential, more or less a glass cannon, so putting an Aegis on him is wonderful. There's the Yasha 2k gold in his bank. He is close to his Manta style, but he's not there yet. Another nice thing about the Manta illusions, guys, is the Necromastery damage bonuses get applied to his illusions, so they can get up to plus 60 damage. I think they still take a percentage of that, so they'll only do 28% of that 60 damage, but it still is a nice little buff. Dendy picking up his souls now. They are maxed out. Whenever you die, you do lose half of them, and that makes your ulti worse and your auto attacks not as strong, but Navi just doing a little bit of farming right now, pressuring all the lanes. Bot lane is pressured. There's a tornado creep. They're not really going to worry about that, though. It's like Anti-Mage has been pushing top. He's up to 3,400 gold now. Anti-Mage is such a ridiculous farmer, man. Seriously. What is he going to buy next? Probably a heart or a butterfly. Either option is almost required. The problem with fighting a hero or hard carry that actually counters you in some ways is you might actually need that butterfly to get the evasion up. You don't have to worry just as much about chain stuns and things like that, which is definitely a little different. 1,500 now in Beastmaster. He's 500 away from his Aghanim Scepter. And Santa pushing him in, getting close to a Manta as well. I think Navi's just going to wait a little bit until they can get their next item sets, and then they will roll on in. There's the hood on Venomancer. He actually goes for Power Treads here, which is a smart decision. When you have a mech and a hood, I would say Power Treads is going to be wonderful. Mostly because boosting up your HP when you already have that resistance, damage resistance, is a big advantage. It makes your HP go even farther. And he does have a high charge wand at the moment, so he's still going to have enough mana for the team fight. So great plays by Ars so far. He plays a very, very smart Venomancer. Santa pushing the bot lane now, and there he goes. Manta style is on the way. He's going to have a Manta. He's got a regen rune. Puppey has his Aghanim. He's got a Drum of Endurance going max support here. Once again, pretty much just throwing his ulti and maybe doing a Sprout and some auto attacks. Smoke coming from PGG. Oh, there's the toss on Dendy. He cannot blink. There's a nice BKB, and there comes the ulti. He's going to stop it because he knew it wasn't going to do any damage, and absolutely worth the BKB in my opinion. He's actually going to get initiated on now. There's the nice Gale dodge there by Anti-Mage. Very cool. Puppey coming in, and looks like Navi's going to be looking for a team fight. Air's going to try to stop off any follow-ups. Nice Manta dodge to try to attempt that, but the Warlock ulti doing tons of damage. Dendy will go down. That's just his Aegis, though. Santa in some trouble, blinks at the high ground. There's the Roar as well. It's a Veno ulti. Warlock trying to do an upheaval. Denny coming through. He's going to pop his ulti. It's not going to do a ton of damage, but does clean up the Warlock. And Beastmaster is going to drop down. Anti-Mage doing good damage. Enchantress may drop as well. Almost going down to poison damage. And Denny trying to clean up, but the Shackle Shot is too much. Are they going to get Anti-Mage, though? Falling after me. Blinks out 500 HP. And Navi finds a courier. Big loss there for the Radiant team. I don't know what was in there, but they don't get a courier for 3 minutes. Anti-Mage hasn't spent his money, so it was not his items. But he's going to teleport back to base, going to heal up here, and he's going to try to defend the mid lane. Buybacks from Enchantress, buybacks from Warlock, and Navi making a big advantage just from those 2 buybacks right there. Puppy will clean up the rest of the creep wave. Manta style left on Shadow Fiend's going to blink on back, probably going back to farming once again. Like I said, guys, Shadow Fiend still very squishy. I mean, you're probably, if you guys have only been following Dota 2 so far, you're probably very used to the extremely survivable hard carries like Anti-Mage, who has Blink and Magic Immunity and stuff. And here's the team fight going down once again. Shackle, perfect Shackle. Dendy's going to go down. Ulti as well, going to clean up on the Venomancer as well. No chance of him surviving this. And that just might be what DTS needs to come back from this. Not going to see a buyback. 70-second cooldown on Shadow Fiend. Not safe for them to be farming there. There's a ward up, and that is just Navi being a little too cocky there, making a pub mistake in some ways. I mean, I know the Venomancer was there, but not a good decision. They still haven't taken their double racks. They are up against an Anti-Mage, and things could get scary if he gets a Butterfly or a Heart. Either one is going to be an issue. There is a Manta style up on Shadow Fiend, but the damage is not quite as high as it could be. And if Navi loses at this point, I am going to be sad. I'll tell you that much. Windrunner gets the last hit, though. That's going to be the advantage to take. They might actually pressure the tower. They can do some damage to Santa now. There's the Manta style. So much damage. God, Anti-Mage, man, you are a dick. Creep wave will be cleared, though. 100 gold. 120 gold for Beastmaster. He's probably going to have to save it, though. He wants to make sure that he has buyback gold. Axes will come through, clears the creep wave. Prevents that Rax from happening. Enchantress on the bot lane farming. Where is Puppy at? He's got a ultimate orb up. Needs to get a sheep finished, so he can do a sheep on the Anti-Mage. If they can keep Anti-Mage sheep him once, do tons of physical damage, he will die. 6,500 gold now. Might also be saving for buyback. Could afford any item in the game other than an Abyssal Blade. Shackle will not land on Santa. There's Initiation. Blinks going on to Venomancer. Great toss. He's going to ulti that perfectly. Lands on 3 arrows. Priest of Moon ulti as well. Denny coming after this. He has not blinked yet. Gale as well on Windrunner. She's in a lot of trouble. There's the ulti coming. It's going to do a ton of damage. No, he doesn't BKB yet. There it is. Does go down. There's the first raise, and you do get the Windrunner roar on the Anti-Mage. Are they going to be able to pick him off? So much damage, and they get him with the medallion. They pick him off. 2 heroes dead. Windrunner dead. Anti-Mage dead. He's got the gold. He can buy back, but it's going to cost him dearly. 1,000 gold lost there. If he has to buy back, and he probably will there. Windrunner, can she afford buyback? She can also, unless she's on cooldown. Not quite sure. Anti-Mage purchases back, and Windrunner purchases back. Very great win there for Navi, and they immediately do the smart thing. They back off. You may say, like, oh, why aren't they pushing now? Well, not only did they kill both of those heroes, they just forced them to spend 1,000 gold apiece, and that's a big deal. Even Anti-Mage, who has 6k gold, he's now going to be delayed. He will probably purchase his next major item, and yes, he will. He's going to buy a Vlad's right immediately. It's going to give his team armor that's going to counteract the presence of the Dark Lord aura completely. And it's going to give him some lifesteal. That'll be the nice thing about it. Tiny as well will also get some nice armor and some lifesteal out of it, but his attack speed is not that amazing quite. He might go for fast Black King Bar. I'm not sure if he's going to go BKB or Aghanims. I think Aghanims would be smarter, though, because Beastmaster Roar will go through him every single time. Aghanim Scepter finished on the Beastmaster now. Haven't seen that, like I said, in a very, very long time. But that Roar will be very long range. Look at that thing, man. Much longer range, 30 or 50% increased, I think. 3.5 stun duration, and the cooldown is 45 seconds. Could almost use that twice in the same team fight. If it's a long team fight, you definitely could. Warlock tanking up as much as possible, level 12 right now. And Enchantress as well, level 12, decent HP. Let's check some other fancy little stat things. Current gold, that is fine. Gold per minute, 581 on the Anti-Mage, 525 on Shadow Fiend. Shadow Fiend actually behind. But decent numbers on everybody else. Warlock very low and things like that. Any weird items that I'm missing? Manta Style on Mirana. There's a Demon Edge picked up on Shadow Fiend. Almost for sure going to be a MKB picked up by him. The reason he's going to want the MKB is if Anti-Mage grabs a Butterfly, he's going to be protected. He can still do good damage. He's going to actually mess up his blink here. And then we can all sit and laugh at him. 7 more seconds. He'll make it out. And all of Navi actually just waiting to make stuff happen. There's the Hexes, by Light of Heaven at least. And the push from DTS coming up. I don't know if they have vision or not. There's Windrunner smoked up. She's actually on the wrong side. She did spot out They did spot out the enemy team. There's a DD up on Mirana, but Anti-Mage getting removed, and Puppey maybe initiate on. There's a stun toss. No, he's actually missed. The toss comes back. Roar goes on Tiny. AoE ulti. There's the Infernal as well. Priest of Moon ultis this, but Puppey will go down there. PGG running away now. Enchantress in the middle. Where's SF? There's the ulti coming. Picks off the Enchantress. Kills some Illusion as well. Now going after Warlock. Warlock is going to get trapped completely and killed. 2 for nothing. 2 for nothing, man. Tiny gets out. His HP is still there, but he's going to have to go heal, and that's 2 more dead heroes. Are they going to have buyback? No buyback, no buyback. And this is the push finally coming out of Navi. They finally get the pickoffs. Puppey did die, but he bought back. That's what happened. I'm sorry. I forgot Puppey died. Puppey dies. He buys back, and he's back in the game. They were waiting for something like that. They wanted to trade a possible bait from the Nature's Prophet. Definitely the least valuable hero on their team at the moment, especially with the pipe and the mech out of Venomancer. But they will pick off the melee barracks. The range barracks will go down. They may just finish the game right here. There's the range barracks. The minus armor coming through heavy. Tower will drop. There's the toss. I heard a toss. There's a avalanche. And are we going to see the game? Here comes the last team fight. If they can defend it, Anti-Mage goes in, jumping on the Venomancer. His mana is completely drained, but the range barracks is going to get picked off, and that's going to be it probably. Roar goes down on Anti-Mage, doing some damage, trying to pick off Tiny as well. And there it is. Dendi will get that kill, doing great damage with his Demon Edge. He's trading pretty evenly on Anti-Mage. Will they get the kill there? The medallion is going to be enough. Dendi does get dropped, but he kills the Anti-Mage, and that's going to stop any counter-pushing power coming out of the Radiant team. I don't know if they have buyback or not. There's some more stuns going down. Puppey is going to get disabled to that Sprout. His Sprout working against him there. PGG calls a good game, and they know they cannot defend this. Anti-Mage may not have buyback, and they are looking really strong. Navi, great game played. Shut down the Tiny. Got the farm Shadow Fiend up. They had some sloppy mid-game plays where Shadow Fiend died once or twice there, but as a whole, great game by Navi. They absolutely deserve the win here in the Star League. They will defend this out. Mega Creeps will be there shortly, though, and here they come. They do a little bit of damage, 100 damage compared to 25 damage. It's a little bit more. You can't even tank these up as a hero. And he's going to pop Wind Run. That's a way to do it. 100% miss chance on Blood Angel here. And more power shots coming, but they just absolutely clear creep waves, especially this range creep, man. Range creeps are dirty. Wow, so much. It's awesome. But DTS will defend this. Navi will be respawning shortly. Then they'll be coming in for the final push. DTS wants to hold out, man, for good reason. For good reason. Courier swinging past. They will scout this out. Going for a Heart of Teresk. That's going to be for Anti-Mage. Doesn't have a Butterfly, but not the end of the world. Butterfly would be the next follow-up pick, most likely. But he needs to clear the creep wave. He does have a Battle Fury, and he has Lifesteal, so Anti-Mage actually a very good culprit for killing out Mega Creeps right now. You need Lifesteal as well as high damage, and Cleave. Cleave is very important. Being able to cleave on like 6 heroes or 6 units makes a big difference. And look at that. Their creeps are doing damage to him. It's going down, man. That's going to buy his Vitality Booster, and here comes the item back. You got to be careful that Courier does not get sniped as well. And Navi continuing to farm. Dendi wants some items. That's going to be his MKB, I believe. I think they're just playing it really safe. Hypothetically, worst case scenario for Navi now. Farm. Worst case scenario, they could lose a 5-0 team fight, and the Radiant team could push up and win the game. It's possible. Very, very, very unlikely. Who does the cheese go on? Aegis on Shadow Fiend? I think they're just going to leave it. I think Santa would be the best target. Going for a Crystallis. Very smart item choice. And yep, Light of Heaven going to pick up the cheese. Rush, they're just going to guarantee the win. You know, nothing, pretty normal stuff. Wards on Warlock, and where are you, Anti-Mage? 2500 HP. Very healthy HP. Priest of the Moon faking the TPs in. He's pushing the top lane out just a little bit here, and here comes the teleport to support his allies. Maybe a little bit of counter or split pushing, but it doesn't matter. Creep wave will be cleared, and here comes the final push. Arrow through, gonna find a creep. There's the Manta splits. Anti-Mage is in. There's the BKB. He's gonna ulti this shortly, and it will go down. Nice, very great job by the Anti-Mage. They're trying to delay that as long as possible. Roar down on Angel, and will Dendi get cleaned up. Anti-Mage will survive, but Warlock is gonna be in the next to fall. Windrunner's still down as well, and the toss back from Light of Heaven. He's gonna have another Roar in 35 seconds. Tiny, will he drop Dendi trying to get the kill? He will get the kill, and Anti-Mage trying to score something, but his damage is not enough. And that's it. He gets picked off, man. 5 for 1. Priest Moon drops. DTS calls good game, well played. And And then he will sacrifice himself to the throne gods. And that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. I'm going to be done for the day. I'll be bringing you guys some more content tomorrow, so come right back here if you guys want to see more from that. My name is Purge. I'm a Ghosty Gamers caster. Go check out ghostygamers.net for some awesome Dota coverage, news, actually esports coverage. Even the SC2 stuff is wonderful. There's Gosu betting. You can bet on these matches as they are, or before they are played. And other really cool stuff like that. So thanks for watching, guys. If you want to see more from me specifically, and you want to see when I'm streaming, Facebook and Twitter at Purge Gamers, or check out my YouTube content. I'm going to render all of these VODs, throw them on my YouTube channel. So if you want to show them to your friends later, I'll have them up probably by tomorrow. YouTube.com/PurgeGamers. And thanks again for everybody who's watching. Happy to see all the viewers. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night.